So this is your yearly statement. Let me show it again. So this is your yearly formula. Amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power N. N is the number of times you want to apply. Okay, so for quarterly, how many times you will apply? For half yearly, how many times you will apply? That part we will discuss. When interest is compounded half yearly, now notice the change. Amount is P into 1 plus R by 2. Why rate is divided by 2? You need to understand. And why it is 2 here or 2 times you want to apply. 2t means 2 times you want to apply. So basically a year, if you want to split into half year, that is 6 months and 6 months. And interest calculation is done half yearly. At the end of 6 months, you do one calculation, and at the end of another 6 months, you do another calculation. So how many times you are applying it? 2 times you are applying it. So times is clear because, okay, in a year, 2 half years are there. So you are applying 2 times. Why it is R by 2? Why it is R by 2? Now tell me why it is R by 2. Yeah, Simran, I'll come back. What is the difference between simple interest, compound interest? I will explain. Okay, so once we do some problems in compound interest, then you can relate the difference. Yeah, why R by 2? Any of you have any idea why we are doing R by 2?
So because R is rate over the given period, so given period is almost half, so by 2.
Yeah. So here, whenever you say rate of interest, say for example, I say rate of interest is 10%. So will you stop there saying rate of interest is 10% or will you add two more words after this? What are the two more words generally we write after writing 10%? Do you remember two words after rate of interest? 10%? Ha, PA. What does PA mean? Per annum. Annum means 1 year. So PA is per annum. So if the rate is 10% per annum for 6 months, it is half. So that is the reason why we do rate by 2 because you are calculating every 6 months, right? So with this, you should also be able to write the quarterly. So when it is compounded quarterly, I have given you half yearly. Take the clue from here. Then we write amount is equal to. So for half yearly, it is already given. Okay, P into 1 plus. Now tell me R by how much? By 100. And power will be how many times? Let's discuss about time first. Here, half yearly, you are saying it is 2t. For half yearly, you are saying it is 2 times. Yeah, Nashra says 4. Perfect. So for half yearly, this is for half, right? And for, okay, if I have to do it for quarterly, how many times I have to do it? Yeah, so that is 4 times we will do it. 4 times. So why 4 times? So here if you start with 1 year, okay, so 6 months and 6 months, then again, okay, so 3 months and 3 months, again 3 months and 3 months. So how many quarters are there? Boys, quarter means not that quarter. So here quarter means 3 months. Quarterly means 3 months. So 6 months is divided into 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So how many quarters you have? So at the end of 3 months, one calculation, another 3 months, one more 3 months, and one more. So in a year, you have 4 quarters. So you do it by 4 times. And how about rate? 6 months you have divided by 2 because it is 3 months, you divide it by 4. So are you able to get the difference between annual calculation, half yearly calculation, and quarterly calculation? Stick to some logics. It's easy to remember. Okay, done. And two more formulas are there. If it is fraction, time is in fraction. Say for example, 1/5 years or 2.5 years, 3.5 years, 3 and quarter, that is 3 years and one more quarter, that is 3 months is there. So how to do this? So just like yearly calculation, the first part is amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 power 3, 3 years. And again it is multiplied by 1 plus whatever fraction you apply to the rate multiplied by the fraction by 100, and there is no power because 3 is already taken upfront. So whatever fraction is there, it is getting multiplied. So when the time is in fraction, this is how you do it. And one last formula in this, when the rates are different, I will give you the PDF. Okay, once the class is over, I'll share the PDF. You can go through it again. So when the rates are different, R1, R2, R3. When the rates are different, R1, R2, R3. P into 1 plus R1 by 100 first year, 1 plus R2 by 100 second year, 1 plus R3 by 100 third year. So these formulas are important, okay, in case if you get questions related to these formulas, apply the formula and get the answer. Okay, let's do some questions now. Try this one. All of you please try and tell me the answer for this question. Find the compound interest on rupees 5,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. So obviously it is annual calculation because question doesn't have any quarterly, half yearly types. So you treat it as an annual calculation. Others, yeah, you should have clarity, right? This common mistakes most of the students do. What is that common mistake most of the students do? Simple interest, you have a direct formula that is PTR by 100. In case of compound interest, first you calculate amount P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. It is giving you amount. Please be careful when the question is compound interest. There is one more step you have to do. That is amount minus principal is compound interest. Amount minus principal is compound interest. So in this case, compound interest is 1050. Because when you calculate amount, okay, so you apply the formula and you calculate, you get 6050. P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. And one more step you have to do, 6050 minus 5000. So your answer is 1050. This is your answer. Because most of the times, the examiner knows that students are little stressed out, tensed, because it's a timed paper, 20 questions, 20 minutes, 30 questions, 30 minutes. So usually they start giving A choice as 6050, B choice as 1050, C and D. So because students calculated and got it 6050, okay, without any second thought, then go and take the answer as 6050. But please be aware what is asked here, it is not amount, it is compound interest. Okay. So please be aware, simple interest, direct formula, you will get simple interest only. But compound interest, you are taking the help how to calculate amount and then do one more step, amount minus principal. Okay, so let's take up the next one. Try this one. Mm, a sum of rupees 2,500 is lent at compound interest at 4% for 1 year. So your principal is 2,500 and rate of interest is 4%. Time is equal to 1 year. Find the compound interest. Yeah, Yogi, you are right. So your amount is equal to P into, what is the formula? P into 1 plus R by 100 power N. So your P is 2,500, 1 plus R, 4 by 100 power N. N is only 1 year. So here it is time 1 year only. So 2,500 into 104 by 100. So two zeros, I cancel it out. Okay. So 100 into 2,500, 25 is 2,500, 4 times 25 is 100. So that means you get 2,600 as amount. What is compound interest then? Amount minus principal. So 2,600 minus 2,500, which is equal to 100. So the whole thing is explained here, Imran. We started with like how to calculate compound interest. So we take the help of the basic formula. Amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 power N. So apply the formula, you get 2,600. But it is not amount. Question is not asking for amount. Question is asking for compound interest. Amount minus principal will give you compound interest. And please calculate simple interest. What is simple interest in this case? Simple interest in this case, PTR by 100. So what is P here? 2,500. What is time period 1? What is rate? 4%. Okay, two zeros gone. 4 into 25, 100. So if it is yearly calculation, now please understand. If it is yearly calculation, you are calculating simple interest on yearly basis, compound interest also on yearly basis. There is no difference between simple interest, compound interest. There is no difference between simple interest and compound interest. When do the difference start? It starts from second year onwards. It starts from second year onwards. Say, for example, you do it for 2 years now. Okay, so in case this is 1 year, so what if I change it to 2 years? So you know simple interest. So let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Simple interest for 2 years. For 1 year, it is 100. For 1 year, you calculated 100. Simple interest doesn't change. Second year also, it will give you 100. So it is 200. This is simple interest. What is compound interest? Okay, for first year, you got it as 100 rupees. But second year, what happens? Second year, 2,500 is the principal. You will add back 100. It becomes 2,600 now. You apply 10% to 2,600. You apply 10,000. So what is the two zeros? Two zeros I can cancel. It is now, okay, 260. It is now 260. 2,500, you added back this one 2,600, and it is, sorry, not 10%, no, it is 4%. I did 10% here, but it is, question is 4% only. Okay, so it is 4%. So two zeros, and 4 6 are 24, 4 2s are, okay, 104. And what will be the compound interest for second year? 104. What will be your total? 100 here. So here compound interest for first year it is 100. For second year it is 104. Totally how much? 204. So this is the difference. Simple interest is 100 plus 100. Compound interest, first year it is 100. Second year, interest is added back to the principal and fresh interest calculated. And that is coming to 104. For second year, interest is 104. So totally for 2 years, it is 204. So same thing you will apply here. Same thing you will apply in the formula to get the answer. We'll do more questions like this, don't worry. So basically what you have to understand is for first year, it is same. Second year onwards, the difference will start. Why the difference is coming? You are adding back whatever interest earned for the first year is added back to the principal and fresh interest is calculated. In other words, compound interest is interest on interest. Okay, try this one. Find the amount on rupees 7,500 at 10% per annum interest compounded annually for 2 years, 6 months. So there is a fraction in time. So time you can treat it as what? 2.5 years. Can I write 6 months as half year? So you have learned how to apply this. So amount is carefully observe now. First 2 years, no change. Principal into 1 plus r by 100 power 2 years. And how to deal with the fraction then? Multiply it again. 1 plus whatever is fraction is there, multiply with rate by 100. That's it. Fraction multiplied by rate. In this case, fraction is 1 by 2. If it is 3 months, you will write fraction as 1 by 4. So whatever fraction is there, multiplied. So in all, what is that I have to do now? 7,500 into 110 by 100 into 110 by 100. So 110 by 100, 110 by 100 and multiplied by this will be 5. So 105 by 100. So I'll just remove it right again. Okay, so 110 by 100. 110 by 100 and 110 and 105 by 100. So whatever you get, that will be your answer. So in this case, you get 9528.75. And students, you should be aware that some companies allow calculators on the system. Most of the time, it could be system driven or okay, so it could be pen paper test also. It depends on which company. Okay, so sometimes online test and some companies provide online calculator and some companies don't provide also. So you practice without a calculator and once calculator is there, it will be an added advantage. Because we don't know which company allows calculator and which company don't allow calculator, better practice without calculator.
Sir, I
Tell me.
understood the difference between SI and CI, but can you give me an example of them in the real life?
Real life, particularly all nationalized banks will generally go with simple interest calculation only. And pawn brokers, okay, so somebody in private might charge more. So somebody in okay unorganized sector. So you find boards like pawnbroker or some NBFCs not recognized by RBI So financial institutions which are not recognized RBI, they don't apply for any license, but they keep lending money, like chit fund companies, not registered. And sometimes daily people who give it on a daily basis, or some people borrow it at say 5 rupees interest rate. So these are all something like even 2 rupees interest is something like it works out to 24%. 1 rupee is 12%. Okay, so on a monthly basis they are calculating. So this is something like interest on interest. If somebody is missing an installment, they are not paying, that is added back and then fresh interest is calculated. It happens only in unorganized sector, Simran. Okay, so generally banks don't charge compound interest, or any of the nationalized banks or any of the reputed private banks, they don't charge. It is something like illegal. Yes, absolutely. But somebody who is desperate for money would don't mind paying that. Okay, so interest on interest. So generally, people who are less educated, don't understand how the interest is getting calculated, will the pawnbrokers take advantage of those people. So Raju Reddy says interest on principal plus interest isn't CI. Interest on principal, normal simple interest. Again, whatever interest is getting accumulated, on that you calculate fresh interest. So that is compound interest. Yeah, interest on interest. Interest on principal, again interest on interest is compound interest. We will do one example of couple of questions. I have a question where we'll discuss about simple interest, compound interest. Okay, so let's move forward. Now try this one, fourth one. What sum of money will amount to 12,100 in 2 years at 10% compound interest? So here amount is given, you have to calculate principal. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. All of you are getting Raju Reddy, okay, Yogi, and then Simran. So basically, you are applying the formula to get the answer. Amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. What is amount here? 12,100. P you don't know. So let's keep P like that only. And then what else you know? 1 plus what is the rate of interest? 10%. And what is the time period here? 2 years. That is also given to you. So basically you will write P into 110 by 100 into 110 by 100. If I take LCM 100 plus 10, 110. 110 into 110. So now this side 12,100. So if you calculate, okay, cancel it out, you get P value as 10,000. Okay, so how you can do it? Two zeros here, two zeros here, right? So 11 into 11 is 121. 11 into 11, 121 and 100 is here. So 100 is equal to P by 100. So what will be P then? 100 into 100, 10,000. Okay, so let's take up the next one. Try this one. At what time will the compound interest on 4,000 at 10% to be 840? So compound interest is 840. So what is amount here then? What is amount formula? Principal plus interest. So you have principal, you have interest also. So what is amount? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. What is amount again? Principal plus interest is your amount. So it is same as P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. Now substitute what is principal here 4,000. What is interest here 840. This is same as again 4,000 into 1 plus 10%. So only one thing which is not known to you is n. Yogi 4840 not. What time? Acha, you are telling me what is amount. Okay. Okay. So now calculate time. So this is 4840 divided by 4,000. So 4,000 I'm getting it here. So this is 110 by 100 power n. So now try to cancel it out. 0, 0 gone, 0, 0 gone. 4 will go 121 times, 4 will go 100 times. 11 by 10. So 121 by 100. I can write it as 11 by 10 whole square. It is same as 11 by 10 power n. When the bases are same. What is that you can do? When the bases are same 11 by 10, 11 by 10, you can equate the powers. You can equate the powers. So what is n value? N value will be 2. So this is slightly, okay, applying the formula, following the steps and getting. What is the shortcut here? Okay, some street smart thinking. What is, okay, so 840 is interest, 4,000, 10%. So what is shortcut? So 4,000 is principal, 10% if it is rate of interest. For first year, how much interest you have to pay? 400. You borrowed 4,000 and 10% interest you have to pay. That means you pay 400. But here it is 840 and it is compound interest. So what will happen to my next year calculation? 4,000 plus 400. Interest is 400 added back to the principal again 10%. So this is equal to 4,040 rupees. 10%. 4,400 into 10%. 10 will go. So 440. What is the total interest after second year? 840. It is exactly matching with this 840. That means 2 years. So you are finding shortcut to find out compound interest. First year 10%. Second year what you will do? Add back interest to principal, calculate a fresh. So for 2 years, what is compound interest? 840. And what will be simple interest? Tell me for 2 years. Simple interest for 2 years. Same question. 800. Perfect. Are you getting the difference now? First year it is same. Second year you add back interest and calculate. If I have to do for the third year, what do I do now? What do I do for the third year? Add back again interest and calculate afresh. Right? 4,400 at the end of the first year. And now second year interest 440. Third year, how to calculate? 4,840 into 10%. 4,840 into 10%. That is third year calculation. Every time you are adding back interest to principal and calculating afresh. Okay, so let's go forward now. Try this one. So this is it yearly? Is it half yearly? Is it quarterly? That you have to notice first. So this is half yearly calculation. This is half yearly. Find the compound interest on rupees 10,000. What is your principal? Principal is 10,000 here. And please notice rate of interest is 10% per annum. And the time here is 1 year and 6 months. So I can say that it is 18 months. Okay, 1 year, 6 months converted to months, 18 months. And most important thing, compounded half yearly. This is very important. And what is your half yearly formula? What is your half yearly formula? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 2 by 100 power 2 times. Because it is half yearly. Now please help me write this. What is principal 10,000? No problem. 1 plus R by 2, that is 10 by 2 by 100. Now tell me what I should write in the place of question mark. Just answer this. Yogi says 3. Others, what I should write in the place of question mark? Yeah, Simran 2. Others. Because it is half yearly, per annum is the rate of interest. Half yearly, 2 half years are there in a year. So R by 2 is absolutely right. That is 10 by 2. But when it comes to time, how many times you will calculate for 18 months? And at what rate you are calculating? Every 6 months you want to calculate. How many times I have to calculate in 18 months? This is 1. This is at the end of 12 months 2. At the end of 18 months 3. So what will be my answer? Power 3. All of you please note this, how we are calculating the time and how we are calculating the rate for half yearly. By default, it says 2 times because in a year we have 2 half years. But question in the time, what is the time in the question? It is 18 months. It is not 1 year. If it is 1 year, you will write 2. But if it is 18 months, it is 3. What if I change and say for 2 years? How much you will write? Half yearly calculation, but 2 years. Yeah, superb. Half yearly calculation, but time period is 2 years. That is how many 6 months are there in 2 years? 4 6 months will be there. So this difference you need to get it. So now it is simplification. 10,000 into 10 by 2 is what? 5. So 105 by 100 into 105 by 100 into 105 by 100. Because 3 times I have to write now, it is cube, power 3. So into and is asking compound interest, not amount. So finally what you will do? Compound interest is amount minus principal. Okay, so if you take care of the calculation, you get answer as 1576.25. So shall we go forward now? Okay, try this one. Though this is again, you have to use your intelligence. So you know what is yearly, how to calculate yearly, how to calculate half yearly, how to calculate quarterly. Now, find the compound interest on 3,000 at 30% per annum for 1 year. Time period is 1 year. Principal is there, a rate of interest is there, time is there, interest being compounded in 4 months period. How to calculate interest? When to calculate? At the end of 4 months, you have to calculate interest. So will you apply yearly formula here? Definitely not. Will you apply half yearly formula here? Definitely not. Will you apply again quarterly formula here? Some students might say yes, but it is no. Why? What is the difference? In quarterly calculation, you are calculating for every 3 months. How many quarters are there in a year? 4 quarters. That means every 3 months you calculate interest. But here question is 4 months. So what do? You want to invent your own formula based on yearly, half yearly, quarterly. How to factor in 4 months period? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus. Now tell me R by. So it is for 1 year, right? So 1 year means 12 months. And I want to calculate every 4 months. So 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. So R by what? R by 3 by 100. And power will be how many times? How many times I have to calculate now? At the end of 4 months, at the end of 8 months, at the end of 12 months. So 3 times. So this you have to invent on your own. So now that you have applied, now you will apply, say this is 1 plus, not P. So P is 3000. Perfect. 1 plus R by 3. 30 by 3 is nothing but 10 by 100 and power 3. So basically it is 3000 into 110 by 100 into 110 by 100 into 110 by 100 again into 110 by 100. Got it? And he says compound interest. Again, compound interest is amount minus principal. Here you get 3993. And the principal. And finally you say answer is 993. Yeah, correct. So compound interest is 993. Okay. So if you want to do it as manually, if you are not applying the formula, what do? For first year, it is 3000 into 10%. So remember, you are getting 10%. So this will be how much? 300. Are you there? First year calculation, you are earning 300 rupees interest. What do you do with the second year? Now this will become 3300. Again 10%. Agree? So this will be two zeros gone. It is 330. Agree? What will be for your third year? 3300 plus 330. That means 330. Agree? 3300. You earned an interest of 330. So this will be what? Okay. So 3 plus 3, 6. No? So this will be 3630. 3630 into 10%. So this will be again two zeros, two zeros, two zeros, two zeros. You get 363. So for 3 years, what is the interest? So this will be 3 here. 6 plus 3 is 9. 333. That is 9. 993. You can do manual calculation like this. Mutual funds is again, it is market driven, Simran. To some extent, but not exactly. Mutual fund is a long-term investment dependent on the stock market. Little difference will be there. Okay, so let's go forward to the next question. Find the compound interest on 10,000 at 20% per annum for 9 months, the interest being compounded quarterly. Find the compound interest on 10,000 at 20% per annum for 9 months, the interest being compounded quarterly. So again, so you have your principal here. A rate of interest is 20%. Please be careful. Time you have to calculate only for 9 months. And interest being quarterly. What is quarterly formula? Amount is P into 1 plus R by 4 by 100 power 4 times. This is your basic quarterly formula. So now specific to the question. Now please understand and you have to apply this formula to this question. So principal is 10,000, no dispute. 1 plus R by 4. Because it is quarterly calculation, I will always divide by 4. So what is rate of interest? 20% divided by 4. And here is the challenge. What is that you will put in the place of question mark? What is that you will put in the place of the question mark? Think and tell me. Number of times. How many times you want to apply? So in a quarterly, if it is 1 year, what is quarterly? Every 3 months calculation is quarterly. Every 3 months calculation is quarterly. And when do you want to? Yeah, Ramu, you are right. So at the end of 3 months, at the end of 6 months, at the end of 9 months, and your term is getting over here. Okay, so you normally take 4 times if it's a year, but in this specific instance, you have to calculate only for 9 months. So first 3 months I calculated, next 3 months is 6 months, next 3 months is 9 months. My term is over. So that means I will take only 3 here. Number of times it is being applied. Even though it is quarterly, by default, it will not be 4 times. Depending on the time, I need to apply. So 9 months means 3 quarters. Okay, I'll just change the question and ask you, what if I have to calculate for 1.5 years? Please tell me. So little change I am making. I'm not trying to confuse you, but only to tell you. I want to calculate for 1.5 years. What will be my time here? Again, question mark. Nice. Simran, you are right. Raju Reddy, you are right. How many 3 months are there in 1.5 years? 1 year it is 4, half year it is 2. So totally how many times I have to do it? I have to do it 6 times. I have to do it. How many times? 6 times. So are you getting the logic how to apply time and how to apply rate of interest? So these little differences you should be aware. Okay, finally you can note down the answer because it is compound interest. Now amount minus principal will be there. You get 1576.25. Okay, so this is a question which will help you understand what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. The difference between simple interest and compound interest on a sum of money for 2 years at 20% is 400. Find the sum. So let's get the question right. The difference between simple interest, compound interest on a sum of money, we don't know. For 2 years, time is known, rate of interest is known. The difference is 400, find the sum. Because I don't know, let the sum is equal to 100 and let's see what difference we'll get. Let the sum is equal to 100. So here SI calculation, here CI calculation. So principal is 100. In both the instances, principal is 100. What is the time period? Time period is 2 years. Again, 2 years time period here also. And what is the rate of interest? 20% is the rate of interest. So rate of interest 20%, time 2 years. So what will be your simple interest? Simple interest is P into T into R by 100. Got it? So simple interest is 40 rupees. Agree everybody? So let's calculate compound interest. You know two ways of calculating compound interest. Manual method. First year, 120%. So 20 rupees. What will be your second year calculation? Now it will become 120. Agree? 100 plus interest. 120 into 20%. Okay, so two zeros I can cancel. It will become 24. Agree? What is the total compound interest? The total compound interest is 20 plus 24, which is 44. Yeah, Simran, you are right. So now for 100 rupees principal for P100, the difference is coming to how much? The difference is coming to 4 rupees. Compound interest 44 rupees, simple interest 40 rupees. So are you noticing? Here it is 40, here it is 44. The difference came to 4. Okay, but actual difference is 400. What will be my sum? So cross multiply to get your answer. 100 into 400 divided by 4, which is equal to how much? 10,000. So basically, if you look at it, simple interest every year it is 20 rupees, 20 rupees, 20 rupees in this case. But compound interest, first year it is same as simple interest 20. But second year what is happening? 20 rupees is added back to the principal and fresh interest calculated, we get 24. And if I have to calculate for the third year, 120 plus 24, that is 144 into 10%. Sorry, into 20% in this case. So interest on interest is compound interest. So are you able to get this? Okay, so let me quickly share the PDF with you. Okay, 1 second, why it is coming? I pressed the share button. So please check out. I have already sent it. You can download the PDF. Okay, done. Yeah. So we'll stop here then. Yeah. Thank you.